Welcome back, Hunters! I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, the last episode of our G-Rank Hunt series. We've gone through the entire monster roster aside from the Deviants, with only one monster left to go, and although it's probably not the best capstone of Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, it is still a nice capstone monster that I think serves a very nice role of like a Journey's End sort of monster, and that is going to be Alatreon. I was planning on probably wanting Nakarkos a little more into this slot, but I figured Nakarkos actually fit a bit well with Cantor and Ukanlos as like a god sort of thing, so Alatreon is right here after the Fatalis trio, and just a nice little way to send us off, and it's also my favorite of the Black Dragons. So we're going to be taking along our Atalkos set that just has... let me see, is there a way to break that down a little better? Yeah, so we've got the Hurricane's Gaze, the Crater Talisman, basically my MVP talisman that's given us the Ammo Saver +5, and the 3 slots, and then just slotted in with stuff like the decorations and stuff to help us out. We might try to cut the tail off using the internal ammo, since we do have... This is like our last hunt to go for in the series. But overall, I think it's going to be a nice way to round things out and bring the series to an overall close. I'm going to have the next couple of episodes that are normally in Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate slot, like our main slot, be The Long Dark, and then I'm probably going to switch up the weekend series, so we'll have The Long Dark and Grounded as our main series for the week. Kind of fits with the survivalist and survival genre theme. And then I'm going to see what I'm going to do for the weekend. I do want to do a little bit of a couple of videos regarding, or at least one video recovering or going over called Wild the Angler, because that stopped development and is getting basically... It's still... you can play it, but it's not going to see new content or updates or stuff like that. It's more like in a maintenance mode almost. So I want to go over why that kind of has fallen a bit short of where I think they had hoped it would be, and stuff like that. But for today, we've got a series to round out and a dragon to hunt. So let's get right to it. Glory, glory, Alatreon. Now, truth be told, Alatreon, I think, kind of has a little bit of a mixed reputation more recently because of how Iceborne handled it with it. Like, it has a DPS check, something mainline Monster Hunter has never really included with itself. You could argue Behemoth had a DPS check in his mainline, but I feel like that's more a crossover thing, so that doesn't really count as much. But I do feel like having a monster that's able to utilize all elements in a hunt, and, like, is towards one of the end of journey things, is a really good way of, like, being able to reflect back on your hunting journey to that point. You encounter a little bit of everything that's made your journey, what you faced, and now has all rolled into one very nicely designed package. Well, let's get down and see them. Yeah, there it is. Guys. It's just something about the way I think the horns also are curled to be more pointed forward. Gives it a little bit more of like a different air for like seeing it compared to other monsters. We'll see if we can get both horn breaks, but we'll have to... Might be a little tricky just because we are using pure stuff. And see how it goes. But you can already see there's a utilization of dragon element. It really only uses dragon, I think, for the charges like that. Now, the volcanic stuff going on is more just like... Yeah, the dragon abilities and stuff just seem to be linked to the charges, which I'm surprised how many it's using, but then again... One thing about being a gunner is... That's the main threats that come your way. There's a Fire Blast. Now, the lore for Alatreon I know is... I can't say, like, 100% I know it that well. But I know it they usually seek out areas with, like, no living things around themselves. They basically try to find areas that are completely devoid of life. And I think one of the reasons that is, this is more just my theory, is Alatreons have just this natural affinity to absorb bioenergy. And the only way it releases is, like, uncontrolled around itself. Because, like, the utilization of all elements, it doesn't mean it has, like, a special organ that allows that. I think it's more so... One of the features of Alatreon is one of the things that you can carve off are, like, scales or plates. but it says like they're reversed. So I'm wondering if like all of the stuff we kind of see kind of more pointing outwards rather than like forming kind of like more natural armor and layering. It's like the side effect of it's absorbed all this bioenergy and kind of accumulates and warps the growth of it. That's why also too, I think the reason why Alatreon was a good fit in like Safi'jiiva's arena after its update was because for the Safi'jiiva fight, it actually drains all the bioenergy out of that spot, so it basically makes it prime real estate for exactly what Alatreon is looking for. An area devoid of bioenergy around itself. Another Enrage. Yeah, I gotta be mindful. I don't think it's as hard-hitting as the Fatalis Legacy is. Ooh. Yeah, I'll have to be careful here. And one thing, too, is when Alatreon does go through, like, different elements it's going to use, you have a little bit of, like, a color variation to show that off. Ooh, that was close. And yeah, I actually want to just try to keep a little ahead, so that way when he does the little roar at us... Oof. So we've seen a bit of lightning, a bit of thunder. I don't actually think Alatreon gained the ability to use any kind of water until the Iceborne implementation, where it's kind of like a water/oil it uses. Oh. And now we're into its kind of special attack. It's basically the same as like how White Fatalis had the Rain of Dragon energy. But this is more just gigantic shards of ice coming down our way. I'd say it's probably a lot easier to manage than White Fatalis' special. And back to landing. And now it's probably just going to be avoiding a lot of the charges coming our way. Might be a little dumb, but I also want to see if I can try to get the mount. That might help getting the horn breaks. As truth be told, one of the best ways to fight Alatreon is probably more hammer, although getting the head hits in for a mount is probably tricky with that still. Oh, okay. Actually, we're going airborne now. Ooh. Yeah, that was one horn break. Okay, so we still got one more to get of those. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it in time. I think that, yeah. That is the one problem about being a gunner for trying to get mounts, is it's very difficult to be close enough without putting yourself in a bit more risk than you want to. I think, though, after this next volley is used up, I'm going to probably want to use the slicing, and we'll see about working that tail. But another thing I've liked about Alatreon is it doesn't have, like, these really big spectacle one-shotting things to worry about. It's just a nice, generally concise, and pretty dynamic fight to go through. It's not too slow for movements or stuff like, say, akin or Ukamos can be. It'll just keep you engaged basically all the way through it. There's a flinch, so hopefully that means that's a good amount of damage done into that. Okay, thankfully it was the pattern one. It does 3 seeking or 4 in like that kind of back and forth pattern that we just saw. Oh, come on, I gotta get these shots to land if we want to get the tail cut. Oh! There we go! And that actually works out really well for us, because now we have a lot of slicing we can put in for the head. And that might help us more easily get the second horn break. Whoa! Avoid that. Yeah, I just gotta be careful with that little, like, lunge he does. Just because of the little lava plumes that do pop up at his sides when it seems to go off. We could get caught by one of those when we're not watching it. This might be bad, but we gotta get that in, so... Oh, and another attack that we haven't seen yet. The Frosty Breath. Basically, if you've gone up against Kushala, you'll recognize that. Oh! Now, I don't remember if there's also a wing break or not for Alatreon. If there is, we'll probably see it. Just with some of our shots going a little off-center there. Oh, there's the other horn break. Now, Alatreon's weakest spot, I do believe, is the head for all weapons. And I think because of usually the posture that it has, it can be difficult getting the shots to connect there. Or, well, any strikes to connect there, really. Like, yeah, some of our shots, I guess because of how the wing hitboxes can be, feel like they go all over the place. Ooh. Not sure exactly what happened there. The only thing I can think of is we must have jumped or dodged just as the little center there was falling out. And that registered it as a jump rather than just a simple dodge like I thought we would have. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's flying up. So I think we'll do is we're actually going to start working our way to the tail just to make sure we can get the carbs. Not that we really need the materials, but if we went through the trouble, we might as well, right? Oh, wow. That is... Okay, the series has had a lot of dumb luck when it has come to getting, like, rare materials. That, I think, takes the cake of just, like, by chance deciding, okay, we'll go for the tail carb. Uh-oh. And see what we get. Because, yeah, the mantle, I'm pretty sure, is the rare... Actually, maybe actually second rarest, now I'm thinking about it. Because, yeah, the mantle is rare, but there's also, I think, the double horn break that it only gives... I can't remember if it's a guarantee in these days or not. But it used to be Alatreon's double horn break would have a chance to give you something called the Sky Piercer. But it could also just as easily give you broken Sky Piercers. Oh. Oh, it can actually make this attack happen while it's still down here. Didn't realize that. Ow. Yeah, I should have been more cautious of that. Although, truth be told, I think that's the only hit we've taken this entire hunt so far. And that was just because I was being a bit dumb and decided to try going for the, little boost if I could get it. And we'll just use that, get out of there. Yeah, it's probably dumb, but I am going to try to get the mount off. Although, maybe that should be a lesson not to. But you know what, we're doing so well this hunt, I think we will try for it. The only issue is we have to be pretty close to Alatreon. So that way, if we do get it, we can actually make sure we mount and go through with that. Which, I mean, good news is we are close by. Well, we'll have to see what he does here. Oof. Yes, we are playing it a little dangerous here. And yeah, that should be... Oh, shoot. Of course, you had to make that rise up when we were getting into position. Okay, that's all. Well, that's not exactly all of our Pierce 3, but that is it for this, without combining for more right now. And we'll just brace until, yeah, there's that. There we go. There we go. Managed to actually get that timed out pretty well. Oh, and brace. I keep forgetting my own lessons that I've tried. Oh, crap. Yeah. I'm surprised I was able to do 2 long shakes in a row like that. If we had full stamina, we might have been okay for it. Oh. Okay, maybe he does hit as hard as Fatalis does. Well, this at least gives us a chance. We'll get back. We'll combine all of our ammo together so we restock. And I think we are through a fair bit of its HP already. So, more Pierce 1s. More Pierce 2s. And lastly, we'll get Pierce 3s good to go. And I think we'll go for an Ancient Potion just to speed that up. Get the drink in. That's good as it is. And you know what? Maybe we'll go for... It is the last episode of the series, so we'll go for a Mega Demon skin and an Armor skin. Or Demon drug, sorry. Those are check. Load up. And let's go back and engage. Now, the best element to usually take for going after for Alatreon has always been Dragon element. Now, that's a bit of a problem for gunners, because, as I've griped in many Monster Hunter series already, we don't exactly get access to Dragon element like other weapons do. Oh, I thought the Flash Bomb would have worked there, but I guess not. Okay, come on. Please break. Thank you. Ah, shoot. Okay. I think I've gotten too cocky with how smooth it went up until that first card. So we're not going to do anything fancy. We're not going to try to exploit with the Flash Bomb we've still got. We'll just prep and go back in and try to properly take it down. I think it seems to be whenever I try to decide, well, see if we can cheese it a little bit, the game kind of likes to put me in my place. Pop that. Pop that. You ready with that? Oh, and also make sure to take the cool drink, because we will need. Okay, now let's go and properly just take it down for the rest of the way. I'm hoping we won't have any issue with landing, because one thing I do hate about Ingle Isle is you're basically stuck in place through your entire landing there. And the monsters do see you before you've grounded. So you could be stuck mid-air and get hit by a really nasty blow, and there's nothing you could have really done against it or prevented it. Okay, we got another part break, but I can't tell exactly what it was that broke. Oh, there's another part break. Oh, it must have been the front legs. I can see the breaks in there. I didn't realize that you could actually break the front legs or claws or limbs. Okay, but now it seems to be really stepping up in aggression. I gotta be careful here, because I need a good opening to... Okay, there's our opening to reload. Oh, that's why I hate verticality. Because you get hit in, like, stupid stuff of, oh, I got a stun for a moment to try to climb, and you get hit by an attack. It's still one of the things of the series I wish they never went into. Okay, that's okay, though. We can just be a bit more defensive, heal up, and keep going. I gotta be careful of our positioning with that big hole in the center there. Okay. I'm kind of glad that Alatreon hit Natalie pretty heavy there. It's like, it seems like the cats are really bad at using that, like, sheer horn when you don't need it. I don't want to jinx our... Okay, we'll try a little bit of peppering while it's out there. I don't want to jinx us and say, like, oh, it's probably close. And then I just make a really dumb move and get us that last cart. Okay, going airborne. So yeah, I guess I want to try to keep it more in like this middle ground area here. We'll have to see. Yeah, I was expecting that coming in. Okay. Okay, we're getting flinches, which I'm hoping is a sign it's getting pretty low. We'll just have to kind of keep steadily going as we have been. Try not to keep ourselves... Oh, crap. Oh, no, not a fly-up like I thought was coming. Feels like it's getting a little more erratic and like it's turning a lot more often. Even though we're pretty straight on for like attack-wise. Yeah, and now back up in the air. The air pattern, I think, is much more dangerous than the on the ground because of the lightning slams it likes doing to follow up with. Crap. And, of course, both cats are out of commission right now. Okay, we'll just play defensive, mind our openings, and try to make use of them as we can. did not want to get hit by that, though. And yeah, just with the lightning, I'll wait till all the zaps are down and then try. That's why I got it. It's kind of like how Kieran has that one attack that will home one bolt directly on your position. Actually, one thing I should try to remember is not to stand to the front right of, or sorry, front left of it when it's in the air. Because that's when it seems to, it always starts its breath from left to right. So I'm usually putting myself in a bad spot. Yeah, so I want to be more on front right whenever it's airborne. And avoid that. Come on. You can't have much health left in you. Before I shot all kinds at you. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's homing, so that gives it perfect opening for us. There we go. Now let's take it down airborne. Yeah, one of the cards was pretty stupid on my end with getting the lightning bolt on us, but because of the homing ability of, like, that one strike... Or, hang on. We got a Pallium and a Mantle? I have to double check, because we might have actually gotten... Or maybe the Mantle is just the... Another Okay, this might be... Pallium cannot be that common, then, can it? Okay, no. It's just Pallium and stuff are usually on other monsters like the rarest of rare materials. On Alatreon, they're actually the common stuff. Because yeah, Pallium is actually just like the general plate. Mantles are just the general scale, but the Sky Piercer is one of the horns. Which back in its first introduction, you'd only get a chance at them if you broke both horns, and even then it wasn't a guarantee. I think it's changed in more recent entries for Alatreon, but still a very good kind of like Black Dragon endgame hunt. Yeah, so we didn't get actually anything super rare there. But it was great to be able to say we've gotten the full roster down, and I am glad we could capstone with Alatreon. I highly doubt we'll see Alatreon in the series again for quite a while going forward, just because with its Iceborne iteration, I think it was pretty mixed, so that and I wouldn't mind seeing some other monsters go for. But with that all done, we have come to the close of our Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate G-Rank series. We will come back eventually for the Deviant hunts as a series, but I want to give us a little bit of a breather until we do see Monster Hunter Wilds release, because you know once it's out, I'm going all in on that. I am so eager to play that. But yeah, it's been quite a journey. I want to thank you all very much for joining me through it. It has been our longest series, but definitely been a long one, and this is why I was always a little hesitant of coming back to do Generations Ultimate, because there's just so much content to cover. It could take a long time if you only did like one hunt, or you tried doing like the low, the high, and the G. So I think this was a good compromise, doing just the G rank and squeezing some things into double hunts and some into singles. But for now, thank you all very much for joining me on this series. If you did like this video or the series at all, be sure to give it a like. And if you have any comments, tips, or tricks, be sure in the comments right down below. And until I see you all in the next video, episode, or series, survivors and hunters, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.